Team 7, number 7, written by Justin Jordan and Tony Bedard, art by Jesus Marino and Pascal Elixe. So, last issue, Bronson was attacked by some robot thingy and turned into like proto Superman, who in this comic they call Majestic. So, I'm just going to call him that. And we open up with the island nation of Gamora, and they're like, okay, this was Team 7's last mission. Gamora was like a dictatorship. They had a Kaizen who ruled over it and made a lot of big enemies, but none quite so big as Majestic, who is now swooping in there and destroying literally everything on behalf of Team 7. And the Kaizen is standing there, he's watching, he's like, ah, yes, I will use my power in order to take him out. I'm going to fight a god. And a bunch of these, like, kids come up saying, we're ready to serve our country. Just tell us where to go and we'll use our powers against them. And they're like, no, see, your only purpose here is to power me up. And he uses his ability to, like, drain them of life force or something. Hard to say. But regardless, they get scan warnings of an aircraft coming into their airspace. And they're like, all right, well, shoot it down. I got bigger fish to fry right now. And he walks over to this pedestal that holds this golden skull-looking thing, which is Pandora's box. We'll see it a lot more, but this is Pandora's box. So then we see the Team 7 plane flying in. And of course, they lost their pilot, I think, last issue. So now the pilot is replaced by Steve Trevor, who I think back before this book even launched, they were saying, oh, remember your Team 7 days? So it's weird that I completely forgot he was supposed to be a part of this. But regardless, he's in this and he's flying the ship through a bunch of missiles and stuff like that. And Lynch is there as a non-official member right now. And he's like, Trevor, you sure you're good to fly through all this? And he's like, just go buckle up and I'll get you there, princess. And he's like, wow, no, nobody talks to me like that. But fair enough if you're going to get us there. So he gets into their center of their drop-off point, and we drop off the current Team 7, which is Lynch, Higgins, and then people we actually care about of Waller, Kurt Lance, Slade Wilson, Dinah, and Grifter. So they arrive, a bunch of Basilisk soldiers start fighting against them, and they're like, geez, guys, this doesn't look so good, but we'll fight our hardest. And then Kurt gets hit by stray gunfire, which freaks out Dinah. As she looks around, she sees a couple other members falling down around her, and she starts yelling out like, no, 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 no. And then she does, for the first time, her canary cry. And she's like, okay, I don't know Lynch, what did you do to me? And Lynch is like, okay, so I may have activated a couple of your metagenes, but regardless, you already had that stuff inside you. So yes, you now have the ability to do that thing. So let's get up there and take care of the Kaizen. So they move their way into the palace. Slade Wilson is like, so she's like a freak now, yeah? And Waller's is like, don't let her hear you say she's a freak. So they make their way in. There's like a moment where a couple of Basilisk soldiers are like, when we're done here, we're getting drinks tonight. And then Slade just kills both of them. And they make their way into the main palace room where a bunch of those kids were there being like, oh, do not worry, Slade Wilson and Team 7. We have seen you coming already, for we see not only of the future, but of the past as well. And they show a vision of the future to everyone in Team 7, which consists of Majestic holding Pandora by the throat, while Grifter, Black Canary, and Deathstroke are all there firing at him. And everyone's like, what in the hell am I looking at here? But regardless, Majestic is also getting the vision, and he's like, oh no, we gotta stop the Kaizen from making this happen, because it's a horrible looking scene. And the Kaizen's already standing next to Pandora's box, and they're like, that's probably the thing that's going to trigger it. We should get him away from that. So Majestic, he was out doing his own thing this whole time. He flies way up into outer space. And Kaizen's like, see? Even Majestic is so scared of me that he's running away. And then Majestic uses his telescopic vision to zoom in on the Kaizen's place and starts coming down at supersonic speeds. And all of Team 7's firing at Kaizen. It's not having any effect. And he's like, today belongs to Gamora and to me. And then Majestic hits the Earth. And apparently he hits the Earth strong enough that it is basically the size of a comet, where all of the waters just coming up as a massive tidal wave. 5 million people hear the sonic boom, and Lynch describing this story in the future is like, yeah, Majestic just doomed us all. And even Kaizen's looking out the window like, wait a minute, Jesus, what did he just do? And we just see this giant tidal wave about to engulf the entirety of the island of Gamora. And that's it. It's a pretty quick read. Mainly because there's like 3 2-page spreads that are like maybe 4 caption boxes tops. So not a lot to it. But it's big. It's bombastic. It's the issue before the finale. I appreciate the fact that they are going so big. That being said, this one feels a bit out of place because, like, it's the issue with any prequel anything, is that I don't feel the stakes here because I know that pretty much everyone on Team 7 made it out. Deathstroke's still alive, Amanda Waller's still alive, Dinah still alive, Kurt's still alive, all these people still alive. And in Deathstroke itself right now, we've established that Majestic is also still alive. So because of that, while it is a huge bombastic moment, just because of other books existing, I don't feel like it's that big of a deal, you know? I don't feel like there's any threat of death here. Is it a cool image? Yeah, and if I ignore the fact that I know what's already going to happen, it's big enough that it feels like it might be the death of all of these people, but I know it's not, and the writers know they're not, because I'm pretty sure Tony Bedard was already working on, no, Justin Jordan was working on Deathstroke as well, so he knows what's up. He knows what himself is doing in the other books. So yeah, I don't know, it just feels like a little bit of because it has to be set in the past, it suffers because we know certain things have to end up in certain places, and they aren't able to get around that. So that is my biggest thing with that. Besides it, it's a fine enough issue. I appreciate the idea of Majestic being this proto-Superman, this before even like Superman was the thing, or during just his early days. You got this guy coming in and just destroying an entire island nation, because I feel that is better justification for why people are afraid of metas and of these superpowered people, instead of it being that, well, they literally have never done anything, but they could one day. Having this past event of, no, something awful happened because of one of them, justifies that xenophobia just a little bit better. So overall, I'm going to give this one a Team 7, Issue 7 gets a 7. I feel good saying that. Not great, not standout, but the ending few pages really do sell the enormousness of this event. So yeah, 7.